Hello friends, in today's session we are discussing about finding largest of three numbers. Now this is a very common question asked in the exams as well, to find the largest of three numbers with the help of an algorithm or flowchart. Let us discuss this example in a very easy way. Suppose I am having three friends. Okay, I have A, B, C. I am having three friends A, B, C. Okay, these are best friends. Okay, now they appear for an examination. Now these two appear for an examination. Okay, there are many subjects. Okay, they appear in examination. When the results are out, A is scoring 50, B is scoring 70 and C is scoring 60. Okay, when the results are out, these are the scores of A, B and C. Now first what will happen? A, B, C, they are busy with their other friends. So what they will do, since these are three best friends, A goes to B. A goes to B and compares his marks with the marks of B. Okay, so whenever comparison takes place, one thing you have to remember, whenever there is comparison, either you make use of greater than or less than. So this is called as greater than symbol and this is called as less than symbol. I hope you know these are the basics of math. Now let me make use of the greater symbol for comparison. I am not making use of the less than, I am making use of the greater than symbol. Now when I compare, A is comparing its value with B, whether A value is greater than B. Okay, so A will go and check with the B. Who is largest? B is largest. Okay, so this will become false. Whether A is greater than B? No, he is scoring less marks. B is scoring more marks. Now the person, whoever is scoring more, will go proudly and compare with the third person always, obviously, because since A has scored less, simply he will not go and compare. Since his score is less, he will just keep quiet. But B has scored more than A. So what B will do? B will go and ask C, how much have you scored? Then B will check whether his value is greater than C. Is this true? B is greater than C? Yes, 70 is definitely greater than 60. Okay, so who is largest? B is largest. Okay, so who has scored highest value? B has scored highest value. Okay, this way we make the comparison and decide who has scored highest. Now again there will be results of next exam. This was my first exam. Then I will conduct one more exam and the results are out. Now this time what are the scorings? A is scoring 50, B is scoring 70, C is scoring 80 marks. Now what will happen? Again A will compare with B. Okay, whether A is greater than B? No. Who is greater? B. So again B will go and compare with C, whether B is greater than C. Is it true? False, because this time C has scored more. So who is largest? C becomes largest. Right? Now again there will be exam. Again there will be exam conducted. Now these two are clear. Okay. Now again exam will be conducted. This time in third exam what will happen? A is scoring 80 marks. B is scoring 70 marks. And C is scoring 60 marks. When you see, you can just easily get to know A has scored more. But let us verify. So what we'll do? A will go and compare with B, whether A is greater than B. Is it true? Yes, A is greater. Now you tell me, I told you previously, who will score greater? He will go to the third person and ask. Now since A is scored more than B, then who will go and compare? Definitely A will go and compare it with C, whether A is greater than C as well. Is this true? Yes, definitely it is true. Then who is largest? A is largest. So remember, whoever is scoring high, he will go and compare with the third person. First two people will compare. Whoever is scoring more, he will go and compare it with third person. Again, one more exam is conducted. A is scoring 80, B is scoring 70. Now C will score how much? 90 marks. Now what will happen? Again the same way, A is going and comparing with B. Whether A is greater than B? Yes, true. Who is greater? A is greater. Now who will go? A will go or B will go to C? Definitely again A will go to C and compare whether A is greater than C. Now what is happening? A is not greater. This time who is greater? C is greater. A is greater than C? No, this is false because C is greater. So C is largest. Clear? So this is a basic logic of how you can compare the values with each other and find the largest. Okay, so this is the basic funda of finding largest of three numbers. Now let us write an algorithm for this and also draw a flowchart for the largest of three numbers. First, for easy understanding, let me draw a flowchart. Let me draw first a pictorial representation so that it gives you an easy idea about largest of three numbers. So simply first let me write start. Okay, so start is cascaded in a oval. Now I have started. What should be my input values? Input should be three numbers. So what I will do? I will say read A, B, C. So these are the three input values which I will be requiring. So read A, B, C. After reading, what I have to do? I have to make comparison. So for comparison, let me take a rhombus and compare. First we will check whether A is greater than B. First what I am checking? Whether A is greater than B. Suppose A is greater than B. Then what I have to check? Also I have to check whether A is greater than C. First I have checked whether A is greater than B. Suppose if it is true, A is more, then who will go and check? A only will go and check, no? So A will go and check with C also whether it is greater. Okay, and suppose if it is greater, then what I can write is, I can write the output that print A is largest. Okay, A is largest. This is my print statement. Okay, so this is my print statement. Now suppose I have compared A is greater than B. Okay, it is true, and I have also compared A is greater than C. A is greater, then it will be largest, but suppose A is not greater than C, then what will happen? C will be my largest. Print C largest. This is what will happen. So if this is true, A is greater than B is true, then it will check whether A is greater than C. If this is also true, then simply it will print A is largest. But if this is false, then automatically what will happen? C is largest. Now come back here. Suppose A is not greater than B, B is scoring high. Then what we will do? B will go and check. B will go and check whether it is also greater than C. Okay, whoever is scoring high, he will go and check with third person. If A is scoring more, he will go and check with the third person, that is C. If B is great, then what will do? B will go and check with C whether it is more. Now suppose B is greater than C, then what will happen? It will print B as largest. Okay, print B as largest. Suppose B is not greater than C, then automatically what will happen? C will be largest. Now following this flowchart itself, or we can simply just analyze the finding of largest of three numbers and write an algorithm. Either you can take this as a reference and write algorithm, or simply write an algorithm. So first what we have to do, always we have to write a name of the algorithm. So let me just mention algorithm name, that is largest of 3 numbers. It is already given, just you can write largest of 3 numbers. So this is name of my algorithm. Then what is the next thing we have to do? We have to write steps. So what will be my step number 1? First read the values of A, B, C. So let me mention in a square box, read values of A, B and C. So I can just write the statement, read A, B, C. This is just explanatory note, okay? Actual whatever operation we are performing, that we have to mention. Read A, B, C. Then next, what will be my second step? After I take the input values A, B, C, I need to perform the comparisons. So first what we are comparing? First we are comparing A and B. So compare A and B. So if A is greater than B, okay, for now we will just keep it as it is. Let's go to third step. We have compared A and B first, okay. If this is true, we will perform some steps, but if this is false, suppose A is not greater than B, what I have to check? Whether B is greater than C. So what I will be writing here? Otherwise, compare B and C, okay. So what I will do is, again now I will use if statement. If statements are called as condition statements. These are the conditions, okay. We are performing operations under these conditions. So if A is greater than B, we are checking. If this is false, then it will come to this step and it will check whether B is greater than C. Suppose B is greater than C, then what we have to print? B is largest. So simply what I can write? I can say print B is largest. Simple. Now if B is greater than C, we have compared. If it is true, then it will print B is largest. Otherwise what will happen? Automatically C will be largest. So I will write else print C is largest, right? So we are performing this comparison, very simple comparison we have performed. After comparison, what I have to do? I have to just stop it, okay. So let me mention it later. I will write one more step, that is step number 4. In step number 4, what we will be doing is, I will compare now this one again, A and C, because here I have just compared A and B. I have not compared A and C, okay. So if this statement is true, if A is greater than B, then simply I will mention go to step 4. So what will happen? Automatically it will go to step 4. Step 3 will not be executed. Because this step is true, then what I am mentioning, I will tell the computer to go to step number 4, go and compare with C. If this is false, then what will happen? It will take next step, that is 3. But suppose if this is true, then what it will say? It will say the computer go to step 4, compare it with C. Now here we will compare. If A is greater than C, what will happen if A is greater than C? Simply we will print A is largest, okay. Else what will happen? Else C will be largest. Else print C is largest. And then finally we have fifth step, that is stop. End of algorithm. Clear? Now let me just have a brief review of this. First step, read the values. Second step, we are comparing two values, A and B, okay. If A is more than B, then what it will do? Go to step 4 and compare with C as well. Suppose A is also greater than C, then A will be largest. But if it is not, then C is largest. Yes, and then it will go to next step and stop. Otherwise it will compare B and C. Suppose B is more than C, then B is largest, otherwise C is largest. After this, again it should not go to next step, it should go to stop. That is why I will mention here, go to step 5. Clear? So this is a very easy way of writing an algorithm for largest of 3 numbers. I hope you enjoyed my class and understood the finding largest of 3 numbers in a very simple manner. See you in my next class. Thank you.